Good day, everybody. Day 25 of the Law of Attraction Result Manifest. I'm freaking psyched. Look how far we've come. We really have, in this 30 days, been working out some amazing things. We've been really getting there. I'm watching the universe give everybody all these signs that are so intense and so wonderful that I'm just blown away. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by the raviolis. That is so awesome. Well, there's a lot going on in everyone's life here. Everyone's doing something and getting results. And that's what we're here for. I guess even the name of the group, that when she named it, you know, even if when you started the group you didn't feel like you were getting any results, eventually, you know, depending on how much you've heard or how much you've absorbed and learned, that you're always getting results, whether you like them or not. And we've gotten really good at making the results that we see what we want. Well, yesterday, as some of you know, some of you watched the story of Acosta. And I put up some pictures of this house that I was trying to buy 2 years ago. I finally figured out exactly when it was. It was 2 years ago. And I got this amazing sign from the universe. A few nights before, I had had a dream that the owner of the house passed away, and she willed me the house. The day, 2 days later, yesterday morning, the phone rings. It's her. I'm like, okay. And she tells me that she's reduced the price by $20,000. And she would like me to buy it. I'm like, that's interesting. It's still not what I would pay for it. The last time I told her what I'd pay for that house, knowing all the things I know now, would be 20 grand. So she's still $15,000 off. Let me see if I can put this the best way possible, because I don't want you to think that I missed something. And I don't want you to miss something with this. And I was getting nervous yesterday because I was like really overwhelmed by this, and I'm like, this is really fucked up. Acosta is going to end up being mine? I don't know about that. So last night I went into the bedroom, to do my meditation, and I was going to do the Bashar talk to yourself in 5 years. And I was looking forward to that being really exciting, but that's not what came up at all. What came up was, I think we need to talk. Oh. So I did. I relaxed. Got in the groove, and I asked the source, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is this? And basically, the message that I got was, I just want you to be perfectly aware that I am willing to give to you whatever it is you want right now. I'm showing you that what you wanted 2 years ago can be yours right now if you want it. So, did you change your mind? Because if you did, tell me. Because I know you changed your mind. Let me explain a couple of things, and I don't want to be negative in any way, shape, or form, because I know that if I lived in Acosta, I'd make it heaven. So that's fine. But I want to explain some things. After the whole deal fell through, I was very relieved when I started to discover really what was going on. Okay. This house is in the middle of a notorious, if you could look it up. I'm sure there's plenty of news, old news on the place. It's a place that Stephen King would write about. It's a very low-income, rural, cracker neighborhood. White folks, rednecks. Very predominantly. There's a few Hispanics, and I think I've seen one black family in there, which I don't know how. It's notorious for KKK, and what I learned later is that that's extremely active even though they don't talk about it much anymore, but on Friday nights you will still hear them on their bullhorns having a meeting in the swamp. The road to my house, if I was to invite you over, I'd want you to come at night so you wouldn't see. Because the people that are living there are very, very poor. And you can tell. It's kind of like, I remember when I went to Roatan and we were driving across the island. And the first little town you got there when you pull in on the cruise ship is just, it's a little scary. And just outside of that, you see how these people are living, and you're like, shit, these people are really poor. And then you keep driving, and you just start driving by the mansions and the 50-acre estates on top of hills, and the contrast is huge. And it looks like a third world country. The kind of third world country that America's come in and stepped on. Okay, I'm not talking about people living without the influence of the Western culture. I'm talking about people that have been stepped on by Western culture. So that's what it's like, and I'm really happy that I didn't end up getting the house. I got to tell you something. I'm really freaking happy I didn't end up getting the house. I have a multicultural family. My son-in-law, or they're not married, but they've been together for a while. And he lives here, and I think of him as my own child. He's from Trinidad. My daughter is Ecuadorian and American. Or she's American, Ecuadorian, and German. I don't want to stand on my front porch with a Mossberg every night. I don't want to have to get really pissed off. One of the things that happened towards the end of it, just before the whole situation fell apart, just before we didn't go into closing, and this is why we didn't go into closing, I went and brought Sarah's friend from Maine to go see the house that we're moving in here, and this is going to be really super cool. We've got this all designed. This is going to be just like this, and blah, 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 blah. And this is, we're going to ignore everything around us, and we're just going to be really excited. And she was like, oh, that's awesome. And I'm like, check out this backyard. The backyard's the size of I'm on 1/10 of an acre. That's a third. It's really awesome. We went in the backyard, and I looked, and I'm like, what the heck? Something's different. I look over, and I'm like, get out of here. The brand new AC unit that was attached to the building was gone. It was stolen for its copper. It was stolen by the neighbor. They removed a panel in the privacy fence and took it. For me, at that time, that was a sign this is not it. This is not going to happen. All I needed to come up with to move into the place to go into closing was the closing cost, which is about $1,500. She couldn't afford to replace the AC unit without getting the $2,000 down that I would have if I was in FHA. So, you're allowed to change your mind. And the universe is willing to provide for you whatever it is that you're looking for. And this 100 days, if you're going to join us for this 100 days, I want you to be really, really clear that your universal manager will do anything to make whatever it is you order happen. Anything. Say you're the president of this company that you founded, and you have a big project going on in manufacturing. You call your manager up for the entire operation, and whether it's them or it's he or she, you get to pick. And you call them up and say, that project is scratched. It's done. This is the new project we'll be doing, and you hand them the plans, and you say, we're going to need to refit the entire manufacturing plant, all new equipment, and to be able to handle this project, and I want it done within 100 days. Thank you very much. Get to work. Smack them on the ass on the way out. It's that good. The universe just showed me that go for it. You can have it. So, I'm going to start writing down exactly what it is I want out of that house in 100 days. I'm going to start looking for pictures and real estate listings. And one thing I do know, I want it to be under $50,000. That much I do know. So, that's my first step. And it's not going to be Ocasa, guys. if something happens and it ends up being Ocasta, I'll work that out. I'll probably make it a rental. Or I'll put it on the market for sale. I ain't gonna say no. So don't let them call you fickle. Do what you want, and it will be done. Bless.